Okay, now tell me your name.
Brianna.
Brianna, you just completed the Healthy School Home Connection course. Please tell us, give us your feedback about it.
The animation video is hilarious, but the overall program, I think it's so positive because you don't have a lot of people that care about the community the way that it's going anymore. A lot of schools now just pass kids to get rid of them, and I know that firsthand because one of my kids' schools does that, and it's really disheartening. It's disencouraging to see that and to know that that's what our children mean to everyone else. And this is a great program to show you to treat your kids like more, to have your children mean more to you. And then the system will treat them better because they have to know that we care about our kids more than anyone does. And when they do that, we demand their respect for our own children. And I love this program. I missed it the first time. I did. But I am so glad that I came because it's an eye-opener and it makes you feel responsible for the other children falling behind. Even if it's not your child, the rest of the 85% that involves your child's school, that's an eye-opener. And that is a huge responsibility that we should take accountability for, and we should be doing something to change that. So I love this program and the courage that it takes to make us be responsible, because it's not easy to make adults be responsible for their actions. And I appreciate the staff so much for caring enough to actually do this program.
Wow, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What would you say, because you're the only parent in here right now, and the phone calls were made trying to get parents to come.
Yeah.
What would you say to those parents?
I would say if you're not here, then you're a part of the problem. When I wasn't here, I was doing some of those things that it was teaching us not to do. And until you're exposed to the truth, you don't realize how much of a part you play in the problem. So if you don't take the time to do things, they're free. I mean, we say that we charge for everything and money is tight and everything, but when someone offers their time and services and resources to you for free and you still don't show up, I feel like that is solely your fault. That's your responsibility to show up. If not for yourself, show up for your children, because at the end of the day, that's who it affects the most, is our children, because they're the ones that can't read. There are classmates to this day of mine that still don't know the difference between 2, 2, and 2, and it's sad. And that is showing you that their parents apparently dropped the ball somewhere. So we're dropping the ball, and that's hard to say, but it's the reality. And you can't fix anything if you're not addressing the problem itself. So I would say to the ones that did not come, please do yourself that favor, and if nothing else, do your child or your children that favor, because they benefit from it the most. And we have to change this generation and this world, and we cannot do it if we do not hold ourselves accountable.
Thank you so much. Now, you know what? I'm going to ask it one more time. I love what you said, but I'm going to ask it in a different way. If this were your best friend and your best friend was not here, they said, "No, I don't want to come," what would you say?
I would say, because typically what I said was to people I don't know, right? Mm-hmm. To a best friend, I feel that I would owe you to really tell you that if you have a problem, you can't blame nobody else. If you call me crying about your child is doing this and doing that, I'm going to remind you that that's your fault, that it's your fault for not coming to things like this. It's our fault when, I know we like to, point the finger and blame people, but if you as a parent don't take the initiative to even correct just your child, then you should have no opinion on everybody else's kids. You cannot hold other people's kids to a standard that you don't hold your own child to. So I would say to my best friend, if you want to change the direction that your child is going, or the direction that your own life is going, you have to get involved with things like that. And if you don't, then the next generation will suffer because of a simple not dedicating 2 or 3 hours of your time that you ain't gonna use for nothing else important. And that'll be your fault. It'll be our fault when this generation fall behind. 85% that's a huge number. That's over 50% of kids. To know that schools will pass your child and they cannot read past an 8th grade level, like, that's really sad. And if you don't step up to do better for your child, they don't have a fighting chance in the world. And they're pretty much doomed. And that's scary that we become citizens, senior citizens, and we have to rely on a generation that was misled. And it's terrible. The way that the old people talk about us now, that'll be us, because at the end of the day, we encourage that. And we have to think beyond now. You have to think for the future. So attend it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's local. You know what I'm saying? It's people. If you're going to support a concert, support education. And that's what I would say.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Brianna.